Good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the India edition of the Global Investment Convention. I am really happy to be here again with you today for this Global Investment Convention series, especially as we are today talking about and talking to companies from India and how they can do business in the German market, in the European market. I have a little presentation talking about Hanover, our federal state, about hannoverimpuls and about our dedicated projects for India with partners from India, and I'm really excited to share those insights with you. Yeah, it's about Hanover, your business location in Germany, and before we come to Hanover, before we come to the actual presentation, I would like to say to all our Indian friends a happy 75th anniversary of the Indian Republic. Great job to establish the world's largest democracy many decades ago and being so successful. The picture here is the ambassador of India to Germany, who was our honorable guest during India Week last week, in which we celebrated together with our friends from India in Hanover, the 75th birthday of the Indian Republic. So congratulations to all of you, and yeah, for us it was also an honor to have this event with the ambassador in our town hall with our Lord Mayor, Mr. Bellet Onai, which express our deep connections to India, and I will share you some details later on. Hanover is the capital of Niedersachsen, and as we say, it's the most beautiful state in Germany for many reasons. There are very nice landscapes. It's the only state which has mountains and which has also a coastline, which has a lot of tradition, a lot of history, a lot of culture, history, and other scientific events which really had an impact on the world economy. We in our larger region, the metropole region, Hanover, we are very proud that we have contributed a lot to things which Germany is today known for. Very important, of course, German beer, German cars. Volkswagen is headquartered here. In our region, it was the first time that people in Germany played football. But also then technology aspects, technology innovations. It was here in our region that's the first time Mr. Bissing, as an inventor, had the idea to use the combustion engine not only to transport persons but also transport goods, and by that invented the truck, and MAN, as a world famous truck manufacturer, still has in our region, for example, a factory. A lot of people had been active here in our region. People like the Grimm brothers, whom you may know because of the fairy tales, but they were here linguistics at the university in the Zen kingdom of Hanover, contributing a lot to German culture. Carl Friedrich Gauss, the famous mathematician, and I'm sure everybody, each of us, had been confronted with his formulas on statistics, etc., and many other areas during high school or college times. Leibniz, a famous philosopher on the same level like Sir Isaac Newton, among many things, the inventor of the binary system, and by that he laid the groundwork for what is today the digitalizations. Companies like Continental are active here. It was in our region that's the first time people drilled for oil to get oil out of the soil, and by that contributed a lot, of course, to the industrialization. But it's, of course, not only the look backwards into the future. It's good to have these roots. It's great to have this tradition, but it's also looking forward from the tradition to the future, to innovation. And we are here very proud that we have the strong roots, but out of these strong roots, we have a very good growth in many areas. We are proud to be the #1 region regarding R&D investments per capita in Europe. It's connected to the big players in industry like Volkswagen, but also connected to a lot of very important research and development facilities, national research institutions, national research centers in different areas, like in laser technology, like in physics, like in like in aerospace, the German Aerospace Association is located not far from Hanover. Or, for example, other areas like infection diseases, the Federal Research Institute for Infectious Diseases is located here in Hanover and in Brunswick, not far away from Hanover. Extremely important during times of Corona, and when we come to vaccination, famous Indian-based vaccination institutes and companies are collaborating here with our region. So this is one idea to give you, to show you where we have connections in many other areas too. Of course, also a lot of these companies which are part of our industry invested in or started their activities in India. Again, I need to mention Volkswagen, the first major German car manufacturer, the major first German company actually making major investments in the Pune region, for example. Our industries we have a lot of important industries being located here. Automotive, industrial engineering, mechanical engineering, very close connected to this with the production center Hanover. We have one of the leading institutes in that field with robotics, with process automation. That's the reason why Industry 4.0 was the first time cornered here at the Hanover Trade Fair to give the starting point for the digitalization in production engineering. Agriculture, agritech, food industries are very important. Optical technologies, I've mentioned the laser center, one of the international leading research institutes in laser technologies. Life science and health, vaccination, not only the Hanover Medical School, the Hanover Veterinarian School doing a lot of life science research where we have a lot of innovation which are needed right now. But then also other areas. I would like to mention financial service and insurance companies. If you look on Germany, a lot of people connect this field, financial service insurance companies, to cities like Munich, like Cologne, or like Frankfurt, of course. But then Hanover is in this top 4, top 5 league of locations in Germany where we have a lot of insurance companies. And I'm mentioning this because all of those industries, logistics is also part of such industries, are in a need for innovations. And in a global world, innovation, collaboration is done globally, and those companies, those industries are facing major transformations right now. And they need partners from outside. They need collaborations from outside. And this means companies, tech companies, service companies, engineering companies from abroad, especially from India, have here business opportunities. I've mentioned the trade fairs, and the trade fairs are important for us. We are very proud to be home of the world's largest trade fair facilities, with a lot of trade fairs taking place here. First to mention, of course, is the Hanover Fair, the world leading industrial trade fair, which is also each year a reason for many Indian-based companies come to Germany, to get connected to the German market, to get connected to the European market. And many of those exhibitors and visitors are collaborating with us in different fields together with our partners from Crescendo within a project called German Indian Business Center, which I will introduce later. During this trade fair, during the Hanover Fair, Modi officially started the Make in India campaign. And again, this is a reason where we are very proud about. India decided to choose Hanover as a location to start a campaign, which is a major factor of the further development of the Indian industries. This expresses how important Hanover, the trade fair location Hanover, is for the world, for the industry, for India. It was a very exciting week when we had India being partner country at the Hanover Fair with the whole introduction of the Make in India campaign, where we saw the Make in India line everywhere in Hanover, on each on each bus, taxi, in the city, advertisements, a lot of presence for India, and it was really a very good starting point. Not only did India here make the official announcements of the Make in India campaign, but also then Prime Minister Modi, together with our Lord Mayor Shostak, gave a statue of Mahatma Gandhi to the people as a present, as a gift to the people of Hanover. We are very proud to have this in a very nice garden directly at the very nice, very beautiful Hanover Town Hall. So it's a very nice place for such an important person, and it also expresses our deep connections to India. We as Hannover Impuls, we as an economic development agency here, started in 2007 a project called GIBC, German Indian Business Center. The GIBC is a project platform. It's a platform we do together with partners in India, with partners with Crescendo in Pune. And the German Indian Business Center developed a lot during these years, and we are very proud to run one of the most successful project platforms, which a clear dedication to connect businesses, economy in India with Germany, with Hanover, helping a lot of companies from India to make an introduction to the German market, but also helping our companies to find a way to collaborate with partners from India. We are helping companies. We are organizing projects between partners, not only in the business area, but also then in the academic field. We are supporting Hanover-based companies, and we are, especially during the trade fairs, we are welcoming delegations from India, and we are organizing delegations to India. We have partners in all areas of India, from west to east, from north to south. We are collaborating with state-run organizations in India. At this year's Hanover Trade Fair, we, for example, signed a memorandum of understanding, a collaboration agreement with the state of Tamil Nadu in southern India, but we have collaborations with partners in each state. And so here again, we have bridges between your home, between your state and Hanover and Germany, and we would like to invite you to use this bridge, to cross this bridge to enter the market. We could go on here into a lot of details what we did in the past. I could show you numbers of delegations we have been supporting, events we had, roadshows we did, consulting and coaching meetings we had with companies. But I would like to point out one project because it's such a spectacular, important project, which also showed how we work, how we will work also in the future, and also because it's just a nice story, and I would like to tell you the story. So many years ago, there were two highly talented young students from BITS Pilani who were invited by Mr. Wolfgang Höltgen, the main initiator behind the German Indian Business Center and the German Indian Business Center GIBC, to present their work in robotics at a trade fair called Ideen Expo, the exposition of ideas. The Ideen Expo is really unique in Germany, and it's something which underlines the claim I made that it's not only the tradition, not only the roots, but also the future. The Ideen Expo, expositions of ideas, is totally focusing on young people, on students from high school, students from college, showing them innovations, showing what they do, what kind of innovations they do, and just offering a forum for young people to talk, to get ideas, to learn about innovation. So we had these young, talented students here with their robotics, and actually they met Ursula von der Leyen, who was minister here in Hanover. It's a federal state government at that time, who is now head of the European Commission. So also a Hanover-born person who became a very important and very famous person in European politics. Well, they met them, but they met Wolfgang Höltgen, or they were supported by the GIBC. And here we had a starting point of young people who talked about their ideas, talked about what they could do with this, who got coaching, a long-term coaching over many, many years. And then out of this experiences, out of this expertise in robotics, there were the first product ideas. And then during one of the trade fairs organized by the Deutsche Messe, by the Hannover-based trade fair organization in India, they had a first exhibition booth where they showed their project ideas, and the story went on. And today this story is gray-orange. It's a company gray-orange. The gray is, I'll switch back to the gray stands for the gray hair of Mr. Höltgen, and orange is of course the color of India. Gray-orange became a large company in robotics, in intralogistic, in warehousing robotics, being headquartered in the United States, being headquartered in Singapore, in India, and is the third successful startup company worldwide in startup history regarding investments. Recently, they get an additional investment of $110 million, as you see here, as a Nasdaq in New York. I think in total there are over $500 million investment in this tremendous success story. And this shows a little bit our philosophy. The philosophy is that India and Germany can collaborate together. We have different mindsets, we have different cultures, and those cultures, different working and business cultures, they fit together. German engineering and Indian creativity together, this is an outstanding combination. And we have here a small example of something which started in India, which got a kind of boost in a very early phase in Hanover, in which then went out to become a global player. An outstanding, great story, and this is the spirit we are sharing, and this is something we would like to continue. We as Hannover Impuls, the Economic Development Agency, we are focusing our work on three main pillars. We are supporting startup companies. We are supporting existing industries in the major fields which are important for Hanover. I mentioned the most of them: digital economy, production, life science, medical technology, energy, mobility, but also the multimedia and creative industries. Creative industries is a term defined by the United Nations, defining all companies which are making money by being creative, like designers, but also artists, literature, dance, music, etc., etc. Those industries are important for a city like Hanover, for each location which wants to be innovative, because in these industries the people who work there have learned to be innovative, have learned how to think, to start new things, to improve innovation again and again. And not only are they important themselves with what they are doing for the companies, but they are also important because they have a mindset. And we think, for example, that it's absolutely mandatory to share this mindset with the other industries, because industries need to be innovative, and by working here together you can gain this momentum of innovation. Hanover, the capital of the federal state of Niedersachsen, or Lower Saxony, shown here on the map in northern Germany. The city itself around 1.2 million, which is of course, for an Indian perspective, a rather small town. But nevertheless, I think even for India, in the catchment area of 500 kilometers of 130 million people, of course, not only Germany, but also neighboring countries like France or eastern part of France, Belgium, Netherlands, Poland, etc. 130 million is also for India a very high customer potential in Central Europe. And the city itself, with 400,000 euros GDP, which is above Germany, far above Germany. Also, other key factors are showing that Hanover is with the business potential itself above Germany. However, the average costs are more or less average or even below Germany. So the business quality in Hanover in relation to the cost, daily life, but also salaries, etc., is really favorable for Hanover. Here's the catchment areas again, and I mention this because for companies who would like to expand their business to Germany, to the European markets, there's one thing you need to keep in mind, and this is not only the locations themselves, like Hanover being a major industry location, but also how to reach the other locations. And here Hanover, in the center of Europe, many claim this to be, but Hanover actually it is. It's a major crossroads of the major autobahn and highways from Scandinavia to southern Germany to the Mediterranean, from France, Belgium, Netherlands to Eastern Europe to Poland. The crossroads are here. And the message is that with this highly developed logistic, public traffic infrastructure, where you can reach a lot of possible customers all over Central Europe within a very convenient working day, for example. Choosing Hanover as a starting point for your business allows you to do business in Hanover itself, but also allows you to develop customer relations to companies in other major destinations in Central Europe. This is not only regarding cars, but also then trains, the high-speed train connections. We have the train station in Germany with the largest number of high-speed train connections, and this makes traveling in Germany extremely convenient for people. And so this means for you, if you have your location here in Hanover, you can coordinate projects with partners all over Germany really conveniently out of Hanover. Also important to know here that we have an international airport with major connections to all major destinations in Europe. That's the one part which is important to know, especially when you come from India via Munich, via Berlin, or via Frankfurt, of course. That from those cities to Hanover, it's really only a short step. But also more important for many companies, it's important to know that this airport is open 24/7 for air cargo, which is a unique situation. There are only very, very few airports in Germany offering this. So when it comes to warehousing, to logistics in general, is important here due to the traffic, due to the position of Hanover. When it comes here to time-critical delivery of goods, Hanover as a cargo airport is here for many companies extremely important, and also this may be then, depending on what you are doing, a reason to look on Hanover as your business location. We as Hannover Impuls, we together with our partners would like to help you to do this market entry, to understand the market, to understand a market entry strategy, and also help you to really do the actual steps of developing your business, to do the company registration and everything else. We, with the German Indian Business Center, GIBC, we have the infrastructure to give you a location here in Hanover, here in Germany. And this brings me then to my last slide. The main message we would also like to share here with you is that Hanover has the reputation to be a really nice city in the most positive way, a friendly city, a safe city, a peaceful city with a lot of green, with a high living value. And this leads us here to our closing message: welcome home. Hanover loves me, Hanover loves you. Hanover is a very good place to be, and we would like to help you, to convince you, to show you that Hanover can be also your home in the future, your home for your business, and probably also home for your families. Thank you very much for joining today. Thank you to the organizers for allowing me here to be here today, and I'm looking forward to talking to you, talking about your plans and how we can help you. Thank you. Bye-bye.